Interesting question, sis. What spurned the idea?
Sometimes I just feel I am so on the very fringe of the family, almost falling off the continent. I have the perception of disapproval that seems out of proportion with any transgressions I may have committed in the last 3 years. Though in all the years prior to that, I stacked up enough bad karma to warrant being disowned regardless of any small amount of redemption I may have accumulated since. Of course my perception is just that, my perception, not exactly a reliable source, one given to distortion.
Oh, sorry about the diatribe. I did not think it was a passing thought type of topic.
It wasn't. But no worries. Apology accepted. I am glad you put a name on it. Sometimes having the ability to put a name on something can help one get past it. It's got me thinking about diatribes in general, and the roles they have played in my life. Both those I have delivered, and those I have been on the receiving end of. I'm having a bit of an epiphany about it.
It is our willingness to try and make things right, and to find a way for our experiences to be useful to God and others, that counts. I'm so happy you have a God in your life. I will admit that it is a somewhat impractical one, given you live in the US, but I would much prefer you contending with an inconvenient religion than none at all. And when I say impractical and inconvenient, I mean issues brought about by other people's reactions to Islam in the US. Your God seems to be working for you, so I say amen. Besides, I think it is all the same God anyway. This may be branded as blasphemous, but I will always look for the similarities that can unify us as God's children. So the most important things we can do are what we can do today. I got up, showered, prayed, ate, went to work, and will go to a meeting today. That makes it a good day. Speaking of work, that is where I'm right now, so I better get back to it.
Yes, I know you have to get to work. You have a family to support. I have to get to work as well. It is the same God. And Abraham, and Lot, and Jesus. Though Jesus' religious beliefs did inconvenience him, and his followers. Judas was more practical. Martin Luther King also foolishly pursued inconvenient beliefs, as do the Dalai Lama and Thich Nhat Hanh today. I weep over the suffering that Vietnamese Buddhists have caused the sentient shareholders of Tao. Fortunately your beliefs are mainstream enough that they do not cause you undue inconvenience. I can only hope though, that should you ever be in an inconvenient situation, you will have the good sense to compromise or renounce your beliefs. But really, my religion has not caused me much inconvenience. I can buy halal lamb right at my own grocery. Maybe, I have had several people make odd comments, and have possibly received a frowny look or two. But the US is actually one of the best countries in the world in which to be a Muslim, as the Muslim population is so diverse that it is easier to separate actual Islamic tenets from restrictive customs, which have no true basis in Islam. I will continue to stand up and vocally oppose unjust wars which needlessly take the lives of our dedicated servicemen. When will Johnny be filling out his selective service form? Sometimes, in the end, it is more inconvenient to avoid inconvenience. I am thinking of Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, a walk-on part in a war, from a lead role, in a cage.
And I'm not suggesting that you avoid the inconveniences, nor renounce your faith. It is just that of all the world's religions, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Baha'i, Zoroastrianism, Judaism, Scientology, Hinduism, Unitarianism, and all the variants of Christianity, Protestant, Methodist, Baptist, Catholic, Lutheran, Evangelical, Episcopal, etc., you chose the only one that has self-proclaimed, radical, members killing Americans in the name of their God. I'm a relatively open-minded person and your brother, who loves you very much. And with all that, I have to admit that I struggle with feelings of anger and intolerance at times. I more than recognize that the actions of a few cannot speak for the whole. Consider that I'm open-minded, love my sister, am well-educated, and have a goal of being loving and tolerant towards everyone. Now consider a non-relative that is not well-educated, has been taught to hate everyone that is different, and operates on a fear-based plane all the time. Given all the factors that are in your favor for me to be understanding, and me still having some difficulties, imagine how the rest of the population has to rise to the occasion to be supportive. It is a really long shot at best. So hopefully you can see why I consider your choices and belief systems to be inconvenient. The fact that my opinion draws your ire is regrettable. With regard to my son performing service for his country, I have very strong feelings. The fact that you can choose any religion you want, and I can discuss it with you without fear, is one of the foundations of my patriotism, freedom of speech, religion and all that. I don't agree with the decisions that we have made to go to war, but I also would not shirk from my responsibilities either. I can live in any state in the Union I wish, work at any profession I want, and have the opportunity to pursue any interest I choose. Most of the rest of the world does not have the same choices or opportunities. I will never take our liberty for granted. So my walk on part of the war consists of doing what I can every day to advance my spiritual life, be a good provider and husband, raise healthy kids, be of service in my community, and be a good employee. It is the compounding of many small right actions that makes a large difference in this world. When all of humanity adopts the same approach, we really will have a heaven on earth for all.
You neglected to mention the Pendleton Outpost of Peace and Prayer in your impressive list. Anyway, those same radicals actually kill far more Muslims in their own countries than they have Americans here, even if you assume that 9/11 was not an inside job. All religions have had their fanatics. American moderates kill Muslim civilians in the name of oil or defense contracts, for a whole host of reasons. Some, I bet, even do it in the name of God. Members of a good number of those other religions are also killing a wide variety of people in the name of a host of reasons. Now, granted those people are not Americans, and so their lives do not carry the same value to Americans, but they do carry the same value to God. The exchange rate varies, so I'm not sure how an Afghani life compares to an American life, but I do know that an Israeli life is worth 100 times more than a Palestinian life. I am not asking the rest of the population to be supportive. Why would I? They are free to believe what they want. What I am asking is that I not be treated with scorn by my own, supposedly educated, family. And I am asking those who do share my beliefs to stand up. March 20th is the Answer Coalition's March on Washington.